I chose Identity Crisis as the name because, well, I feel like I've always grown up with a really strong sense of identity, and I feel like we've all gone through things and experiences. I'm switching back. All right, this is my voice. I'm a phony. And I chose Identity Crisis. I think we've all gone through experiences, people, situations that kind of question who we are and make us dim our light. And I wanted to kind of expose that perspective that no matter gender, age, ethnicity, we all have gone through an identity crisis. And we always feel like we have to pick one side and we can't be both. So I feel like specifically I let the world tell me who I was instead of me having a chance to figure it out. I feel like specifically me being mixed, that was really a hard thing to navigate if I felt belonging in both communities. Yeah, I think the challenge is like the duality that we can be both things. Like we can be good and bad because that's what humans is, you know. So that's probably one of the biggest challenges, being both and being at peace with it.
And so you once said that creating your EP was very emotional for you, and so you also likened it to like having conversations with God. So what were some of those conversations with God like?
Oh, man, that's a good question. They're very honest. You can't fake it with God. So it's like He reveals the things you need to work on, the things that are ugly, and He has a beautiful way of making them art. And I think I have a struggle with being vulnerable, and the things you most want to hide are the things most people want to see, and I had to realize that. So the conversations were tough, but they needed.
When did your pursuit of perfection become a cage as opposed to a compliment?
I think it's never been a compliment to me, and I always felt weird about it growing up. I don't know why it would be a compliment. I never portrayed that I was or wanted to be or acted like it. It was just kind of a label someone placed on me. It felt like a cage because I was like, damn, now I can't move weird, I can't mess up, I can't fall because they see me in this light. And what happens if, you know, like I step out of it? Will they still love me? Will they still want me? Expect me to grow and fall and try new things, and honestly, wherever life takes me is probably where music's gonna take me. It's gonna be a reflection of that. So I'm gonna be as honest and as authentic as I can be, and I like to think art heals people, so I'll try to do my part. I feel like as an actress, I get the privilege to put on other people and live in their shoes and really expand my empathy in that way, whereas music, it's kind of my time to share my story and my perspective, and that's usually scarier. Because it's like, wow, my voice is being heard. Not just like words and a face, but it's laying my heart on the line.
But the role you play on Bel Air, it was already played, but you know, by Tyra Banks in the original show. So did you have a sort of identity crisis in figuring out who you were going to be as Jackie?
Luckily, no. I felt very confident and strong in who I created as Jackie. I just kind of used the ingredients of South Central, Afro-Latina 17, and I think that's enough. I was like, all right, what was it like to grow up as a girl in South Central? You know, it's very like cutthroat and you're surviving. So try my best to remove Jazlyn out of it because, you know, I didn't have that perspective, I didn't have that life, and try to take that humanness and put it into Jackie.